What if I told you that nearly 79% of millionaires didn't inherit a penny, but instead used a secret playbook you never get in school? According to a 2019 study by Fidelity Investments, just 21% of millionaires inherited any wealth at all. If you've ever looked around and wondered why, some families seem to get all the opportunities while others are stuck replaying the same struggles generation after generation. The answer isn't just about bank balances. It's about hidden habits and lessons that get passed down like family recipes. If your parents never taught you how to really build wealth, you could be leaving over $500,000 on the table by age 40. But here's the opportunity. These lessons aren't guarded secrets of the elite. Today, I'll break down the 7 most powerful money habits wealthy parents actually teach. Habits you can start today to change your family's financial story, no inheritance required. Ready to see what you've been missing? Let's dive in. You're closer than you think. Let's start the countdown of transformational wealth lessons most people never hear until it's too late. Remember, we're going deep on the 7 most impactful habits taught in wealthy families. Plus, I'll reveal how you can grab the full 15-lesson checklist along the way. So keep watching for that free resource. First up, Lesson 1. Understand how money really works. Not how schools explain it, but how it moves, grows, and transforms lives in the real world. Here's a stat for you. The National Financial Educators Council found that 56% of U.S. adults can't pass a basic financial literacy test. Wealthy parents start early, making these conversations routine, breaking down where money comes from, how jobs pay differently, why taxes matter, and the difference between working for a paycheck versus building multiple income streams. For example, instead of just handing over allowance, they'll explain you earn $10 mowing the lawn, but the government takes $1.50 in taxes if this were a job. Let's talk about ways to keep more of your earnings. This transforms money from a source of stress to one of possibility. Micro action for this week, start one positive. Practical money conversation at home. Ask where your income comes from, where it goes, and share your findings in the comments. Progress charts, and that's lesson 1 down. 6 to go. Which lessons so far do you wish someone had taught you earlier? Comment below. Now lesson 2, master the asset versus liability game. Did you know that, according to a 2022 FINRA study, only 17% of adults can accurately explain the difference between an asset and a liability? Assets, like a rental property, a dividend-paying stock, or royalties from a book, put money into your pocket. Liabilities, like a car loan or credit card debt, take money out every single month. Here's a concrete example. Let's say you buy a $30,000 car with a $500 monthly payment, insurance and gas, totaling $700 per month. That's $8,400 per year leaving your pocket, with the car losing 20% of its value as soon as you drive it off the lot. Now compare this. You buy a $30,000 rental property with that same initial car, and it brings in $400 per month in profit after expenses. In 5 years, you're not only driving a reliable used car, your assets are funding your lifestyle. Real-life case. My friend Jake used to finance every new gadget and car. After switching to the asset-first mindset, he paid off $2,000 in credit card debt and within 18 months, built up $6,000 in investments simply by rerouting those liability payments. Your micro step tonight. Make a 2-column list, assets versus liabilities. Identify one liability you can start turning into an asset by month's end. Progress marker, that's 2 wealth habits. Asset versus liability tackled. If you learned about assets versus liabilities the hard way, comment your turning point below. Lesson 3, shift. Shift from scarcity, cutting every dollar to abundance, growing your income. Most families focus on saving by shaving down. Expense is a useful habit, but there's a hard ceiling. In contrast, wealthy households teach their kids to innovate, offer value, and earn more. Instead of arguing over a $5 coffee, they ask, how can we create an extra $500 this month? Stat flash, according to Census Bureau data, households that focus on growing income see 3 times higher net worths on average than those only focused on penny pinching. It's a total reframing. Consider this. You could cut $2,400 from your spending this year by skipping lattes, or build a small freelancing gig that pays you $200 each month, which snowballs over time. Try this weekly experiment. Write down one skill, service, or opportunity you could offer for extra income, then test it out within 7 days. micro CTA. Drop a light bulb below if you'd like a video on beginner income side hustles. I'll make sure to record it if we hit 100 comments. Progress marker. We're nearly halfway through. And this is where your mindset starts to shift for good. Lesson 4. Build powerful habits, not just good intentions. Here's why this matters. According to a Stanford study, more than 40% of our daily actions are driven by habit, not conscious decision. The wealthy engineer their routines, reading daily, networking weekly, investing automatically. So progress becomes inevitable, not optional. Example, instead of deciding whether to save each paycheck, set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just $25 per week. Over a year, that's $1,300 saved with zero willpower required. Or swap 30 minutes of random scrolling for 30 minutes of learning books, videos, or podcasts about financial skills. Real-world story. One of my subscribers, Marissa, automated $40 per week into a no-fee index fund using a basic recurring transfer. 3 years later, she'd built up a $7,000 starter investment account, something she once thought was impossible. Your micro-action. Choose one success habit, daily learning, auto investing, or connection building, and automate it this week. Progress marker 4 lessons in, more than halfway there. If you've already applied any of these habits, let me know in the comments. Lesson 5, money isn't good or bad. It's a tool. Most families treat wealth as a source of guilt or stress. Wealthy parents reframe money as a neutral tool, like a hammer it can build or destroy, depending on how you use it. Did you know a Gallup poll showed that 63% of Americans feel uncomfortable discussing money? This discomfort breeds bad financial choices. Here's a case in point. 2 people get a $1,000 bonus. One sees it as unfair or dangerous and spends it right away out of guilt. The other sees a tool for opportunity, maybe as seed money for an investment account or business. The difference compounds over time. Your action step: treat your next windfall or extra paycheck as investor capital, even if it's just $50. Allocate it toward learning or building assets, not spending. Progress marker. That's 5. Just 2 more lessons to round out the wealth playbook. Pause and screenshot. If you want the full 15-lesson checklist, including bonus secrets only for my community, type habits in the comments right now and I'll send you a free printable. Also subscribe for part 2, where I'll break down next-level strategies, including the most controversial habit of all. Lesson 6, play the long game. Wealthy families don't think in weeks or months. They think in decades. We tend to overestimate what's possible in a year, but radically underestimate what's possible in 10 or 20. Study after study, including research in the Harvard Grant Study, shows that people who set longer-term goals and review progress yearly grow their income and wealth 2 to 4 times faster than those who live for the moment. The lesson: when you're focused on building something worth having, you'll make better choices, investing in learning, relationships, and assets, even when the payoff is years away. Here's a practical micro step. Write down one goal you want to achieve in 5 or 10 years, then outline the first step to start this month. Progress marker 6 lessons deep. Share your 10-year wealth vision below and encourage others. Before the final lesson, curiosity loop. In part 2, I'll reveal the wealth habit that even most millionaires hate talking about, the one that turns average savers into multi-generational success stories. Don't miss it. Subscribe now and turn on notifications. Lesson 7, knowledge and skills beat money every time. School grades and degrees help, but real wealth comes from being able to solve valuable problems for others. Ask yourself, what skill could you master that people pay for today or in 10 years? Did you know that a 2023 LinkedIn survey found 85% of high-earning professionals attributed their career progress to continuous learning and not traditional degrees? Wealthy parents nurture curiosity, adaptability, and real-world usefulness. For example, learning digital marketing, negotiation, or even basic coding can open multiple income doors, no matter the economy. Your micro-action: commit to learning one high-value skill this season. Sign up for a course, read a book, or ask a mentor for advice. Sit time with them. Summarize your plan in the comments for Popom. Accountability. Progress marker. That's all 7 of today's wealth building lessons covered, and you've just rewired how you see money for good. Quotable moment: wealth isn't just inherited, it's taught. Screenshot and share if this resonates. Rapid fire honorable mentions. Because you asked for actionable detail, here's what's coming in part 2. The difference between good and bad debt, the 80-20 rule that multiplies results, the humbling truth about money and happiness, and more. Subscribe and comment your biggest lessons so you won't miss the next secrets. Remember, results depend on your own effort and situation. This is educational guidance, not personal financial advice. Let's quickly recap. We've uncovered the 7 real wealth lessons most people never learn. From mastering financial basics and assets to engineering powerful habits, reframing money, and building marketable skills. Each comes with a micro action. You can try this. Week. Here's what to do next one. Choose one lesson and put it into practice. Have a money talk at dinner. Sort your financial list. Or automate a $10 investment before the week ends. 2. Write your first 10-year goal in its first step somewhere visible. And review it every Sunday for a month to lock in that long-term mindset. 3. Subscribe and comment habits if you want the printable wealth habits checklist plus bonuses. Then track your progress as new parts drop. If you take even one of these steps today, you'll see your outlook and your results start to transform in a few short months, building up to substantial change in the next year and beyond. Progress compounds, you just have to start. Don't forget, subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss a lesson. Comment your biggest takeaway or the money skill you most wish schools would teach. Check the pinned comment for the full wealth habits checklist and screenshot or share your favorite quote from this video to invite others to the movement. Remember, results always depend on your effort and personal circumstances. This is not individual financial advice. For big decisions, consult a licensed financial professional. See you in part 2 on Jim Invests.